1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
There is, I think, a sense of why. Why can South Carolina not be competitive in basketball? Why, Tyler, in 50 years, essentially, in the last 50 years, has there only been 6 NCAA tournament appearances? Why has there only been 4 NCAA tournament wins, and they all came from the same man in one singular year? Why? Why is this program that has fan support, that is not broke, by the way?
No.
Like, I'm not trying to say South Carolina is the Jeffersons or what was the Beverly Hillbillies and got all the money in the world. But, Tyler, South Carolina basketball is not broke. They have a fan base. They have average facilities. I wouldn't go any further than they're not bad. And yet, 6 tournament appearances in 50 years and four, all by one man, one singular man, 4 NCAA tournament wins.
And if it were a simple question to answer, we would have the answer right now. Unfortunately, it's not.
Well, I just, so to Barry's point, though, now you probably are going to go back out into the job market. And I think the question, Tyler, becomes, what resources are you willing to commit to basketball to making this not just a competitive team 2 out of 5 years, 3 out of 6 years, but each and every year where maybe the down year is 18 and 13.
Yeah, well, and the question then becomes okay, if you were looking to go in the market for a new coach this offseason and suddenly you're saying, hey, guess what? We're going to have $12 million for you to spend in NIL. Well, then the question becomes why weren't you able to get that for Lamont Paris? Because how much better could he have been had he had those resources?
I'm not here to speak. I can joke about it, but I'm not here in a serious conversation to speak to what Clemson does behind the scenes and how they acquired Sammy Watkins and C.J. Spiller and other rumors that we've all heard about New Spring and things. I don't know. I have no actual proof. Those are rumors and nothing more until proven otherwise. But, Tyler, there's 2 sides to this of what he did on Friday.
Yep.
There's the honest, true side that we all know about, that we talk about, that this is dirty, that how the sausage is made for the regular season we don't want to see anymore. And Dabo exposed it better than anybody else has. And then there's the other side that it feels kind of like, you lost a player, and you know what? That player say what you want about that player, didn't really show that he had high morals either, because Ole Miss found his asking price. We all have one, and Ole Miss found his.
I can understand both sides of the equation here, and I tried to say, okay, well, if Carolina was in Clemson's position where they had a player that you thought you had locked up, literally snatched out of a classroom and transferred somewhere else for more money, we'd be upset saying, how could that other program, the system's broken, all that kind of stuff. But if Carolina was in the position of Ole Miss and you managed to snatch away somebody from another program because you paid more, we'd say, you know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game. The lack of rules allows those kind of things to happen. We benefited from it, so be it. Like, again, I can see both sides of the equation here. Both sides can be right and both sides can be wrong at the same time.
I think it's fair at Paul Maneri's age and the way college sports, college athletics are played these days. And I also think it's fair, given South Carolina's history, that this program doesn't slip any further, and that means having an NCAA tournament season.
Well, bringing Paul Maneri in, what was he 68, 69 when they hired him, now almost 2 summers ago? This was not supposed to be a long-term thing. Like, all right, this is a project, and by year 5, we're going to be where we need to be. You bring in a guy with that pedigree saying, all right, we're going to turn this thing, and not even turn it around. This was a team that was in the NCAA tournament in 2024. Coach Kingsley got fired for not going further than that, and obviously not coming close to getting, or not being able to get this team to Omaha during his tenure. So you brought in a guy in Paul Maneri saying, okay, we're at, step number 7 on the ladder here. We need you to take us step number 10. It's not that far away. We just need you to push this team a little bit further than it has been. Take a significant step back last year to where we go into this season. Again, as we've all talked about in the times we talked to Whittle or these other people about this team, you've changed so much in the offseason in terms of bringing in guys from the portal. I don't know what to expect. You like to think that they went out there and addressed all their needs. Obviously, losing your Friday night starter is a huge blow, but it's like, okay, how deep is this room full of pitchers? can you move guys around and get a decent enough starting rotation to help you survive? Because now it is what it is. There's no chance Jake McCoy is going to come back. You know this before the season starts. How do you adapt? And again, you're going to have other injuries. That's just the nature of baseball. Hopefully none as significant as this one, but you play with the cards that you're dealt. You're dealt losing your starting pitcher for Friday nights. How do you adapt to that? Because if we get to the end of the year and it's another disappointing season, I don't think Paul Mainieri can sit there and say, well, if we had Jake McCoy, it would have been different. Like, no, that's still not an acceptable enough excuse. You have to figure out how to work around that and make the season respectable.